Justin Bieber is potentially taking legal action against his former business managers, saying they grossly mismanaged his money.
And this makes a lot of sense because remember, he sold his music catalog for $200 million plus.
It's just so weird that Lindsay Lohan was almost put in a conservatorship by the same woman that put Britney in one at the same time that she was spending a lot of time with Paris Hilton.
I'm really excited to be talking about this story because I remember when I first moved to LA and I was all nervous covering the Free Britney movement because I had received legal threats from TriStar Sports and Entertainment. You guys, if you've been following me for a while, you are probably aware of them trying to silence me when I was helping the Free Britney movement expose the corruption going on there. Britney has made some serious allegations about the same people who manage Cher, Diddy, Justin Bieber. And it seems like this empire that they have up on Sunset Boulevard is beginning to crumble. Now, this is just all my opinion. Please don't go and send me another cease and desist letter. But let's talk about how Justin is upset with his former business managers and he's considering legal action. This article writes, Justin Bieber thinks it's way too late to say sorry when it comes to some of his former business managers. He thinks they grossly mismanaged his money and it could be time to take legal action. Sources say that Justin's been very upset for several years now, claiming he's lost a ton of money as a result of terrible decisions made by business managers. We don't know how many managers, but we know it's more than one. And I'm just going to throw out some random names here. Liam Taylor, maybe Robin Greenhill. If you guys know those names, then you know. It's one of those situations. I'm not going to go and do a deep dive right now, but if you guys go and look them up, you'll find some fascinating details. Now, it's unclear just how much Justin thinks has been squandered, other than it's a huge amount. But our sources are saying he's discussing filing a lawsuit against the alleged offenders. We're told his current team is split. Some members want him to sue, but others don't, because if he does, I mean, it's going to make headlines. We're told the argument against suing is that Justin went through a period where he was spending wildly. Translation, he could have caused his own problems, and maybe that's true, but if he has this gut feeling, then go and have an accountant go and audit everything and then figure it out from there. Justin's team is worried that, if this firm were to take them to court, they'll try to use Justin's past against him, which will just kind of expose some personal things about his spending habits, and it's just not going to make him look good. So will a jury honor him when they see that he's spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month? Justin is not struggling financially right now. He sold his music catalog in January 2023 for $200 million. And before the sale, he was worth about $100 million. So he's got plenty of money. It's wild to me that he sold his catalog. He sold 290 songs, which is something that a lot of artists do towards the very end of their career.
And this makes a lot of sense because remember, he sold his music catalog for $200 million plus. And it's all like, Justin Bieber is still young. Why is he already selling his catalog? Usually people do that later in life, right? We don't say anything about the lighter hue folks like a Scooter Braun or a Lou Taylor, who probably has done way more damage to Justin than anybody else.
This person brought up a good point in the comments that Justin Bieber did call off a tour. And if you guys know anything about the music industry, which I don't know much, but I do know that tour is a big part of making money. With Spotify and Apple Music and all these streaming platforms, they really don't get too much from you listening to the music. But you going and paying for those 100, 200, Taylor Swift costing type of tickets. I don't even know how much those go for. How much do they go for? Are they like in the thousands? I feel like you need to donate blood along with it. You just really have to give everything you want to go and get into that stadium. I am curious to what terrible decisions that Justin's alluding to. Now, he fired his business manager, Lou M. Taylor, and replaced her with Edward White, who represents actor Johnny Depp. He supposedly helped out Johnny when he figured out Amber Heard's mishandling of his finances, which that is a whole other video. Now, before we talk about Britney Spears, I do want to touch on Justin Bieber's family because his father tends to get himself in trouble. The headline reads that Justin Bieber's dad faces backlash over posting daughters in decent photos. This just sounds really weird. I hate when people take it to this point. It reminds me of when Hillary Duff posted that picture of her son all lotioned up and not wearing anything, and it was so gross. She posted it on social media. Of course she got in trouble for it, but I just don't know why these parents with platforms put their young children in these compromising situations? I really can't figure it out. I mean, is it for money? Is it for clout? Like, is this Instagram page that they're creating for his young daughter doing anything? Jeremy Bieber faced backlash over posting indecent photos of a 6-year-old on social media. Of course, not any 6-year-old. It's his daughter, and him and his wife Chelsea run an Instagram page for her. At that age, I don't think anyone needs an Instagram, especially someone like Justin Bieber's relative who people could go and try to stalk. Now, her name is Bieber, and they've been posting photos of her in bathing suits and encouraging viewers to look towards Bey as she grows. However, commenters flooded social media, slamming the parents for putting up inappropriate pictures of the daughter and inviting creeps. Underneath the post, a follower wrote, "I would not do that. So many creepers out here." Another person added, "How can you post something like this?" Another person added, "This is wrong on so many levels." In a post from June 2022, you could see Bey in her bathing suit inside a kitchen. People in the comments are asking them, "Hey, have you ever heard of the internet and like what people do with this kind of..." I just can't. I really can't. And I mean, Jeremy Bieber, you should know better. Where's Justin's PR team? Like giving him a call, like, "Hey man, maybe lay off the pictures of your kid in bathing suit in the kitchen." And it's not just little baby Bieber who's out here trying to, I guess, build a career or a presence online, because he has other siblings as well. And it seems like Jeremy's just trying to capitalize on every kid that he can.
Justin Bieber's little sister Jasmine is coming out with her own perfume, and fans are alleging that Justin Bieber's dad, Jeremy Bieber, is trying to exploit his other children for fame, even though Justin has spoken out multiple times what childhood fame has done to him. Jasmine Bieber's perfume is called Sweet 16 in collaboration with Elegance Perfumes. A lot of fans are finding this odd because Justin's other siblings live a very normal life. They have no fame attached to them other than being Justin Bieber's younger siblings. Because Justin and his mom have both talked about it publicly, that Justin Bieber's dad, Jeremy, didn't stay constant in Justin's life until he got fame and then decided to build their relationship back up. A local Toronto Reddit page alleges that Justin's dad is still not a great guy. This is a really cool opportunity for a 16-year-old girl, but I hope it's with the correct intentions.
This person brought up something from the past. I'll never forget how Jeremy spoke up on Justin's naked paparazzi pictures going viral. This man is weird. Like, it's nice if she came to her own conclusion and she wanted to do this, but of course she's a kid. She doesn't know better. You guys may remember when Justin was captured by paparazzi naked and these photos were blasted on the internet. He did not consent to this, and really he had no choice. But in that moment, you would hope he had a support system there. But his father then took to Twitter and tweeted out some really weird things. Probably the last thing that Justin would want from his father in this moment.
Justin's dad, Jeremy, took to Twitter posting a quote, "What do you feed that thing? Hashtag proud daddy."
Like, what dad wouldn't be proud of that? It's not like he's saying it to an 11-year-old. I'm 21 years old.
This comment reads, "Living off his child he abandoned at first," which is, of course, about Jeremy living off of his son, Justin Bieber. Another person commented, "It felt like some weird vibes with the Jasmine Bieber show on YouTube. It felt like both girls didn't want to do it and felt forced to do something by their dad." That was a weird moment when Jasmine Bieber tried to become a YouTuber, and I agree, it seems like it was something forced by her father trying to capitalize on their last name.
Welcome to the Jasmine Bieber Show. I'm your host, Jasmine Bieber.
Now, this isn't the first time that Jeremy's been called out on social media. In Pride 2023, he shared some homophobic things, saying, "Don't forget to thank a straight person this month for your existence." Moving on to Britney Spears, we got some good news over here. It looks like she's currently married to herself. Now, this is something new, but coming from Britney Spears, I'm almost not surprised. She wrote, "The day I married myself, bringing it back because it might seem embarrassing or stupid, but I think it's the most brilliant thing I've ever done." Now, I've actually never heard of this concept before. I wonder, like, I'm gonna Google this. What does it mean to marry yourself? Oh, marrying yourself is a symbolic ceremony called sologamy. Why does it sound kind of like my name? Sologamy, or self-marriage, that involves committing to loving and respecting yourself. Oh, it's not illegal, which is good. No paperwork involved. And here's our girl Britney showing off her dress the day that she married herself. I don't know who was in attendance or what kind of ceremony this is. Maybe it's just like a moment or like a photo shoot moment. I'm not exactly sure. She also shared on social media that she's going to Turks and Caicos, writing Turks and Caicos, here I come, which I don't even know where that is, but it sounds rather nice. And it seems like Britney has been very active on social media. I actually spoke to Heather McDonald on my appearance on the Juicy Scoop podcast. If you guys have not seen seen it, definitely go and check that out. She actually said that she met Britney like last December, and she is confident that Britney is posting on her own social media. Britney recently shared a video of herself modeling a neon pink bikini while at her home on Thursday. I guess she's not at Turks and Caicos yet. Oh, and here she goes. Here she goes. There she goes. Maybe we might need to blur a little bit of this. I don't know how she likes to wear it very low. Wait, that spank on the behind. That was a moment. I did not see that coming. She wrote a lengthy caption describing some of her tattoos, detailing their religious ties, saying, "I made this edit backwards. Hebrew is right to left, and it's their language and how they speak." Okay. Thank you for the history lesson. She wrote, "I feel like I'm going through something spiritual in my life right now, and I'm sharing this because there actually was a time in my life where I was really religious with it, but honestly, probably too religious. I studied with the most brilliant rabbis, and I was extremely connected to something most would call the light, but to me, it felt like God." Back in August 2021, she announced that she had converted to Catholicism. Her mother Lynn and Jamie Lynn and her nieces are all also Catholic as well. So I don't know what she was prior, maybe just typical Christian. Oh, but then a year later in September 2022, she claimed that she no longer believed in God, saying, "I don't believe in God anymore because of the way my children and," oh, do you hear that whistle? "My children," can I do it again? Do you guys know I could whistle weird? I do it with my teeth. "The way my children and my family have treated me." Now, on the topic of Britney, I did find this interesting TikTok which questioned Paris Hilton, which I've never really questioned Paris in the past. I actually really like her, but I do wonder what her connection is to all of this, because I do think she's pretty friendly with these business managers we were talking about in Justin's story, because they're very close to Meghan Trainor, and Paris and Meghan Trainor are very close together. Meghan pretty much wrote Paris's recent album, so take with that you will.
Just so weird that Lindsay Lohan was almost put in a conservatorship by the same woman that put Britney in one at the same time that she was spending a lot of time with Paris Hilton. Isn't that so interesting?
You guys know that Britney had her hit book last year, The Woman in Me, and it looks like she might be writing a new book as well. She wrote "Women I genuinely admire and have girl crushes on" in a lengthy post. "I have girlfriends I hang out with every now and then, but it's not the same as when we were younger. But why isn't it? I wanted to share the women who inspire me." She named a bunch of people like Pamela Anderson. We also had Natalie Portman. She said, "I feel like she was the coolest person I ever met outside with her dog in New York, and we had the same shirt on." Now, Britney did hint to a second memoir in October 2023, so she's been working hard. Her next pick was Camila Cabello, which is so random, but she said she's so darn pretty and she makes me giggle out loud, saying her personality is so sweet and kooky. "I think it's healthy to be silly. I wish I was more like that." She wrote Kendall Jenner isn't even normal to be that pretty, she wrote, before wrapping up her list with Selena Gomez and Drew Barrymore. Britney mentioned how much she enjoys being silly on Instagram, writing, "Honestly, I have no idea why I'm writing all of this. I'm writing my novel and learning about myself, but I do miss being silly and with the girls." Now, she did list a bunch of names of people who were in attendance to her wedding, which I wonder if that's the last time that she saw a lot of these people. But I want to hear what you guys think of this video in the comments below. How do you guys think Britney Spears is doing? I really have no idea. I mean, the fact that Heather met her back in December, that's a pretty good sign that she's out and about, but that boyfriend that she's got, he seems like trouble. But I will see you guys in a new video soon. Bye, guys.